Welcome to the Scaling Creative Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about some changes with Instagram and also what's up and coming, like the biggest up and coming app that you should start paying attention to. I'm excited to have Allison.
Allison.
Get to share some knowledge today.
Yeah.
On social media.
Oh, snap.
So Allison is an editor here at Scaling Creative, and she's great. And since she just started also using a platform we're going to talk all about, we figured bring her on. Let's talk about it. But
What is the app?
changing. Oh, TikTok.
TikTok.
So we're going to talk about TikTok because you need to be paying attention to this platform. We'll talk about why. But this is a podcast, like we said from day one, that we're going to talk about things that are constantly changing and evolving.
Yep.
And so we may talk about things 9 months ago that if they change and they're no longer valid, we want to update this podcast of like things you should pay attention to.
Right.
And right now is a major change that's going to be happening this week, it looks like, to most users on Instagram. So we want to kind of talk about that and then talk about some things to look forward to.
So many people resist change, but when it comes to social media and I think business in general, like if you're not willing to change, then you should be willing to lose in business. So one of the things actually Bar 3 is known for this saying of the one thing that will never change about Bar 3 is that they will never stop changing. And I think that's why like in fitness, when you think about kind of those like, I don't want to say clicky, but what's the term I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Trendy type studios, you know, like I think so many people have thought that was Bar 3.
Oh, yeah.
Because like, well, how long is that going to last? But I think the thing that keeps them so relevant is that they're always changing. So when it comes to business and social media, one of the things we always want to talk about is what's changing and how you can best, move with the times.
Yeah, and how it might affect your business.
Exactly.
I think because whether you want things to change or not on social media or advertising or platforms, they change.
Yeah.
Not based on you being like, you know what, I don't agree with that.
Right.
So it'll just stay what it is. It's
Yeah.
not like it's going to change. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to go with it. And yeah, unfortunately, a lot of companies that make the decision to say, I just have gotten used to doing this. I just have gotten used to this, and sorry, like you know what I mean? Like it's
Sorry,
tricky.
not sorry.
Yeah, but
So what's changing with
So-
Insta?
a big thing that Instagram is changing. So they've been testing this for the last, I think, couple of months actually in Canada, is removing likes from posts visibly. So
Yeah.
what they're saying right now, and so as we're recording this right now, they haven't done it in the U.S.
Correct.
They just made the announcement that they're going to be doing it in the U.S.
Right.
And from what they've said, they're going to do it with a select amount of accounts first.
Yep.
And they haven't said what that number is, but a select amount of 1 billion account, 2 billion accounts,
It's
a lot of
people.
accounts.
Yeah.
And they've currently said that they're still going to show, it seemed like they're still going to show you the analytics,
Yes.
but not people. Because I think Instagram more than anything is getting a lot of interesting feedback against it from being of what it's doing to affect people like emotionally with
Yes.
depression and all that. I think it's because it's such a visual platform that unlike Facebook where lots of people post they post text, they do different things. Instagram is so visual, and because it's been so big in like people showcasing the way they look and the way that it's really leading to this really interesting discussion of how bad it is for people's like depression, like their self-confidence, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so they're thinking that obviously can that help with it by removing you seeing how many other people got likes on things. Does it make you maybe post more? Does it make you enjoy posting more because you're not worried about someone being like, oh, that photo did terrible, or this photo did great, or this photo of this amazing looking person did well. I can never post that because I'm not amazing enough looking, whatever it is.
Right.
And the interesting thing is, yes, it's all linked to that depression and all that kind of stuff, and they're going to find that out, but it's also going to change a lot from a business perspective, from literally what we just talked about in the last episode, an Instagram influencer
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
A lot is going to change in it. But what also changes is it may change how people use the program, use the app, I should say, and what happens, do they keep using it? Or do they go on to the other one that we're talking about that is definitely making a big impact right now?
Right.
And that's TikTok. But yeah, Instagram, what are your thoughts of how it affects how Instagram?
Well, my one thought about it was like, there's such smart business people what's the business side of this for them, like business reason for them? And I do think that I think people are going to have a lot of issues. I think a lot of people are going to have pushback on it. And so it'll be interesting to see how Instagram like reacts to it. But I mean, and I've been like reading articles and stuff about it, and they do talk about it, a lot of it being, like you said, the emotional health of people and like that being a huge reason. But if you're still seeing it, I don't know. Does that actually help?
It's the competition aspect, I think.
You think it's the
Yeah,
competition,
you
the comparison?
you look at other people's likes, and you're
I think
like, mine did better than theirs. You
Okay.
can still see it yourself, but there's no more competition
Because here's the thing:
interesting.
if you were to look at someone that starts an Instagram account, and when you
Yeah.
first get like 10 likes, you're like, "This is amazing."
Yeah. It's like that.
Then it feels
endorphin.
like nothing because you compare it to the person that got 100 million,
Right.
or 10 million, or
Right.
5 million. Where, let's say you post something and for some reason in your head it did really well at 200 likes, 100 likes, or whatever, because you have nothing to compare it to. It puts a different
true.
perspective in your brain. That I think it's entirely about the comparison side.
People who are influencers who rely on likes, they now have to rely on followers.
Yeah,
That's the only number they
Right.
can actually gauge when they look at other people's.
yeah,
And comments, right?
yeah, comments. And the trickiest thing is going to be like the influencer market, which is really selling you more, not even on their followers, but they're selling it more on what their average like engagement on a post is.
Yeah.
What's going to be really interesting is if that doesn't show up to advertisers and all they can do is show like a screenshot of their back end analytics, they could also Photoshop all those analytics to make it look like they got more engagement than they even did.
Yeah.
Because ABC company that paid you doesn't even actually know how many you
your
got.
analytics.
So you could be like, this posted unbelievable well, it got 1.3 million likes.
Yeah.
It could have gotten 10.
Yeah.
They don't actually know it either.
So interesting.
So it's going to be really interesting, but I do think that and I give Instagram credit for, and I say Instagram, Facebook, they own them.
Yeah.
They give them credit that they care at least to think about what it is. I mean, I don't know how much is actually linked to that versus I think the feed has dwindled unbelievably on Instagram.
Yes.
Like people actually posting things. It's gone to stories and nothing else. And I think a big factor of that is all those things of people feeling like it's a waste of their time because they're not getting a certain amount of views or likes or comments.
Yeah.
And so I think there definitely has to be a part of them that's kind of saying, if we remove that, will people post more because they're not concerned about I post something. Am I concerned about you thinking it didn't do well because it didn't have a lot of likes compared to other things?
Right.
Like, because you always look at that kind of stuff. You
Yeah.
look at a post and you look at other people's things and you're trying to get a feel for like what's working, what's not. Now you don't know what's working.
Yeah. My other thought is, are they trying, because I know most people are on stories. Like I know when I go on Instagram,
Yep.
I look at stories.
A lot of people.
That's what I do. Are they trying to move to just stories somehow?
I don't think so, because I think it's a dangerous place to live in something that disappears that fast. And I think that they're trying to. I think the stories are obviously way more popular now on Instagram than anything,
Right.
and that's the same thing even with like TikTok and these different platforms. Snapchat was built on nothing but stories.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a feed
Yeah.
to a point. So it's like,
That's true.
but I don't know what goes into their back end thinking of like what are they hoping to get out, because there's at the end of the day they also know this is a money thing.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're unless maybe they're way nicer people than I think. They're not just simply being like, we care so much about people's depression and people saying that we're going to remove our $1 trillion industry potential in hopes that people feel. I don't think that they're like that.
I don't.
I'm not saying that they're rude or that they don't care at all, but I cannot imagine they're making decisions on that alone.
Right.
So when they do this test of how many users they decide, they're paying attention to something. What that is, who knows? What that's going to do. I do think a big factor plays into this is this whole influencer marketing that has been a $1 billion industry. They don't get any money from.
Yeah.
Because
Instagram doesn't.
Yeah, they don't get any money. You see ads on Instagram and they make money on those, but the random person that's like hashtag ad is doing a thing.
Yeah.
Instagram is not getting a cut of that.
Right.
So this could be their way. They could be going into this so that when they release it again, you maybe have to is there a paid version of an account that you can have it's shown for some reason,
Yeah.
or they could be coming up with tricky
Right.
ways to figure out how can
That's
we
true.
become the middle person, or can you create a $99 a month Instagram influencer account which has different features than they could be thinking a lot more
Right.
than what we are of just
Right.
kind of like, oh, that's nice, they really care about depression and I don't
You always
think
have to be skeptical about it. It's
yeah.
social media.
Yeah.
They don't care.
and that's so they
It's
won't
true.
release it to everybody at once,
Right.
but who will they release it to? Are they going
Right.
to release it to just the humongous people who they know are actually making the money so that it impacts them?
what I was
Or are
wondering
they,
how they
or are they
decide who
going to
gets
make
it.
it random? I don't think they make it random.
I don't
I
think they
keep
make
checking
it random.
I'm like,
I
am I
know.
one of them? Can I still see
Can
my
you still
likes?
see my likes?
I checked it today. I can still see them.
And so it'll be interesting. Or
Yeah.
it'll be interesting do they even tell what users they randomly picked? It'll be interesting to see
Yeah.
what if they
Yeah.
release any of that. Because they're not going to tell you what they're actually testing. They're going to say,
Right.
we're just removing likes. We think it
Right.
leads to depression and mental illness,
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
kind of stuff.
yeah.
And it's not.
So
the whole
That's all
story.
you see in the article.
So what does this have to do with like business? So a business owner, how should they be shifting? Or even with influencer marketing, like the stats that we talked about last podcast, are those still relevant?
I think this is actually an amazing thing
Okay.
overall for businesses and for people, because to a point it'll get even companies to realize like there's not always trackable ROI in things
Yeah.
and that it's still valuable.
Yeah.
Whether or not you get a certain amount of likes or not doesn't mean there's still not eyeballs on it.
True.
That at the end of the day, if these people are deciding how much money they spend on an influencer based on their likes, they might be missing the ball in the general, because you can buy likes.
True.
You
Yeah.
can't buy actual engagement.
Yeah.
So to a point, there's almost this great reality of like, maybe it's going to be better for everyone at the end of the day once the whole thing goes through and
Yeah.
they figure it out of a company may now say, I just like the stuff you're posting. I feel like
Yeah.
I like you. I feel like I like how you represent a brand. I would love you to represent my brand. And if they can't see analytics, maybe they'll stop paying as much attention to the ROI side of things and realize they're still getting eyeballs.
Yeah.
Just because I can't see how many people literally double tap the screen, which at this
Right.
point, how valuable is that anyway?
Yeah.
There are tons of things I like that I scroll through because I just forget to
Yeah.
tap it.
Right.
So maybe it's better to a point.
It's true.
And maybe from the influencer side of it, it could be better because they're not also valuing how many likes, because we talked about in the last episode how there are people that have a really, really good influence to actually make people make a purchase that may not have as many likes as somebody else.
Right.
But what's their actual power with their audience to get
Right.
someone to actually do something? So I think it could be a great overall situation.
Yeah.
It'll just be interesting to see how people view it. Like, but it also goes right to our conversation over and over about how it's really dangerous to rely on one platform.
One platform. Yeah.
that you dominate in. Because if you have built your life as an Instagram influencer because you have likes and followers and people, now what?
Yeah. Yeah. So what should they do? So let's say, because it's good to be big on a platform, but not stay there. So what's the next up and coming thing that you think people should be paying attention to? Which we already talked a little bit about.
Yeah, I mean, TikTok is something people really, really should be paying attention to, and even more so. Like it was something you should be paying attention to over the last bunch of weeks and months, and maybe even year. For those who don't know, it was Musical.ly. Musical.ly is now TikTok, and when it became TikTok, it very much changed what it was.
Yeah.
Musical.ly was absolutely like the lip sync, fun, super young kids. It's very different than it was now. There's people making. It's kind of like if you were familiar with what Vine used to be when Vine was out, it's very much like that. And the people that are dominating right now are doing still those kind of things. But the unique thing it does is really allow you to like make videos in a different way, because it allows you to continue a story without posting it. Like you kind of get to do your own editing, and people that are doing well on it are doing really creative things.
Yeah.
Like, really
There's
creative.
a lot of creative stuff on
Yeah,
it. And it's
incredibly.
not just like singing,
Yeah.
like musically.
It's like barely. You don't even see that anymore.
I know.
Like,
Yeah, when I first got on it, I was expecting to see all the lip syncing, but it's not.
it's like no, and they're definitely their algorithm is interesting in the way of what they're predicting that you should like based on other things. Just like everything, there's a weird algorithm.
Yeah.
And you kind of can scroll through and not really know how you ended up, like why they thought you liked that video in the first place.
Yeah.
But it's actually like a really fun platform to look at, and it's funny when you watch some of the trends that happen.
Yeah.
Because some of them are like right now there's literally one that's everywhere where someone just keeps pouring a beverage and letting it overflow all over the ground, and the person behind them just looks at them like, what are you doing? It's huge right now on TikTok. Now,
So
you could
simple.
say, like
Anyone can create content.
You could
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it's dumb,
Yeah.
but like if you want to get views on a page right now,
Yeah.
you create that.
Yeah.
And unlike every other platform where like you want to hop on the trending thing, the organic free reach on TikTok right now is insane how many people are seeing things.
Yeah.
Like with 0 followers whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because you can hop on these trends, you can hop on hashtags and be so dumb to some points, and it actually does well.
Yeah.
But it's something that you need to be paying attention to because
Yeah.
eyeballs are there, a lot of eyeballs.
Yeah.
And especially when something like this happens with Instagram, which makes people even consider
Yeah.
checking other platforms
Yes.
out. They're going to check out what's, as we speak right now, we'll do it in real time to see where TikTok lives on the app store
Number 2.
rating. Number
Already
2?
looked, yep.
There you go. Number 2 right now. So on the
Above
entire...
YouTube, above Snapchat,
Exactly.
Instagram, Facebook. all of
So
them.
no matter how dumb you think it is,
Yeah. Look,
if
Bob
number
Saget.
number 2 worldwide app right now is TikTok. I think people are paying attention to it.
Yeah, for sure.
But it started
For
out
sure.
with the younger generation, like the
Yeah.
generation younger than mine. I'm a millennial, barely. Gen Z, 16 to 24-year-olds are the ones on TikTok.
Yes.
But now it's getting bigger and bigger, and more adults are
Yep.
on it.
Yep.
Which is huge for businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely a younger demographic, just like
Yes.
Snapchat is. It's a very
Yeah.
similar audience to Snapchat, except the Snapchat really never capitalized the way they should have in the way that TikTok is with searchability, with different things. Snapchat could have grabbed this audience in a huge
Yeah.
way, and they've kind of dug their own grave by
Yep.
not coming out with different features.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there are no feeds,
Yeah.
there are no things that allow you to see what else these people are posting. You can't search things, and I think they intentionally kind of thought that was their specialty because
Yeah.
couldn't be found,
Yeah.
parents and from different things. But the platform now, the organic reach is so good on it without even
Yeah.
doing anything good.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So when we talk about like practicals of how businesses could use it, if a business was smart, they would forget about all ROI, forget about all like what should we post, and literally follow these crazy, funny trends that are happening. Make this sound, and all these different things
Yeah.
that make no sense as we're talking about unless you look on TikTok.
Yeah.
But you could make your brand incredibly fun to a huge demographic of people. And when every other company around you in that same space is like, why are they doing that dumb stuff on
Yeah.
TikTok? You're getting millions of people
Well,
to see
and
who you
it's attention, which
Yeah.
is something that we talk a lot
are. Ultimately
about.
all you're going for.
Scaling and creative, right? Like
Yeah.
bringing people attention. And TikTok is getting a lot of attention. So when you're there and you're following the trends and you're doing what kind of is going on there, like you're naturally going to get some attention. But Allison, you pulled a whole bunch of great
Yeah, I've
stats.
I'm like a TikTok professional now, guys.
You also have amazing handwriting.
Thank you.
She does. She does. And she likes paper.
She does.
Yeah, instead of
Which is very odd for your age demographic.
Isn't it
Like I feel like you probably never would have even used paper in your
my
life.
old soul.
Yeah.
I do
Old
like
soul.
paper, yeah.
Yes.
The thing that's beneficial about TikTok, I find like the younger people that are on it, they're fascinating because they can smell an advertisement a mile away.
Yep.
They do not want anything to do with being advertised to. TikTok's special because brands like Chipotle are winning TikTok by sneaking in some little like hashtag things that
Yeah.
they create themselves.
Right.
And then it goes viral because everyone's doing like the guac dance challenge.
Yeah.
That happened in July.
Yeah.
And it's a promo, but you wouldn't know it.
Yep.
Yep.
And it gets people in. They saw more traffic in there for like their free guac
Yeah.
promotion or whatever because
Yeah.
of TikTok. And
They
it's
also just
cool.
did this huge advertisement with one of the like the magician guys that is really big on TikTok right now, where he literally did like his typical style thing with hashtag ad of just at Chipotle, and they smartly were like, "You do you in our store," and the video I think has like 29 million plays, something like that. Like
so cool.
it's
Insane.
just
That's so smart.
yeah,
Yeah.
super smart.
Another thing is they started to use referral rewards, TikTok. So they get, these people who are like prominent on TikTok to
Yeah.
start referring other people. Then they get reward points that, collect in their account, and then they can redeem them for a $5 Uber ride or, something
Target.
$10 towards Target,
Yeah.
something like that. So that's kind of another way to sneak in a little bit of your brand for like those bigger things. It's amazing.
And I think where people mess up is most people and businesses will instantly ask the question like, well, okay, so that's great. So we do these videos and this. How are we going to make money with it?
Yeah.
And then you lose.
Yeah.
Because you have, it's about getting the attention. And attention filters to business. Like,
Yes, it does.
But if you don't look at it like, what is that hashtag make this noise going to do to get me business? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know that, do you want eyeballs or do you not want eyeballs?
Right.
Like, it's just,
Yeah.
and that's what I think the uniqueness is. If we look at like what, a typical local shop could do to get on there, if you don't overthink it, it's all over TikTok what you can do.
Yeah.
You can do what's trending
Yep.
with your own employees in a fun way with no sort of ad, call to attention or call to action at all. You just make your brand really fun.
Yeah.
That when people think about what you do eventually, they're going to be like, all right, I just got to give these guys credit because they're the most boring industry.
Yeah.
But all their videos are hilarious
Yeah.
because they have great personalities. And now people want to use your service for that.
Right.
Because there's not many like, especially local businesses
Yeah.
that will go into this type of marketing of like, we're just going to hop on this while it's so early and while organic reach is good that you can get eyeballs even if you have the lamest of all accounts.
Right.
Get on it now.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as easy to get eyeballs.
So I was thinking, can you say, we were talking before the episode about, like, for example, an orthodontist. Like,
Yeah.
can you tell about that?
Yeah, I mean, orthodontics, they have people. They've a lot of companies these days have like a lot of younger people in their place that might be using these platforms and all that. And they should utilize the people that know these platforms in their place, in their space that they work at.
Yeah.
And let them be fun personalities in this program. But the problem is they're too focused on like, we need the owner, the CEO, the main boss to be the voice in these platforms. And then they do nothing because they're like, well, we can't find the time to do this. We can't find the time to do this. Where it's like, let your personalities just create fun stuff that instantly makes people be like, who the heck is this company?
Yeah.
Can you imagine a teenager going, Mom, I really want to go to that orthodontist because I saw them on TikTok.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
But that's what's happening
Yeah.
If they do it right.
if you do it.
Yep. And most don't because, and I think it's a big fault to leadership of companies of not allowing it.
Right.
Because they want them to be going on the tried and true things that worked 4 years ago, even in social media. These people that have been dominating on Facebook or dominating on Instagram, now we're going to be like, no, this is what we've been doing. It's been working really well. Keep doing it. Not realizing that it eventually changes.
Yeah.
And then when you eventually hop on a old or a new platform, now it's already caught up, and all we're talking about is not even as valid at that point. Because now, in the same way that we talk about LinkedIn for B2B, organic reach is so good, your free reach is so good. Now, then it changes. And the only reason that TikTok becomes valid is because everyone starts to see it and they start to go at it. And then eventually when that becomes not that exciting, it's because something else is coming up.
Right.
Like this is a cycle. It never stops.
Yeah.
What's after TikTok? Who knows? There's already things existing. There's tons of things that tried to overtake Instagram and overtake Facebook. Things eventually happen.
Right.
So creating accounts and using the App Store as a great look at what the top 10 apps are every single week.
Yeah.
If you see a social media thing existing, pay attention to it. Because to get into the top 10 of an app store is a lot of people downloading it.
Yeah.
There are a whole lot of apps. So if you make it into a top list of something on an app store, it means there's other people paying attention. Download the app and just see what people are doing on it. You don't have to be overly creative right away. Just try to look into like what people are doing, and then try to not overthink it. And just create stuff on it.
Yeah. I'm even thinking of like restaurants. Like literally any business could use this, and if you start to get attention, like people are just going to go to your business.
And I think with TikTok, it's a great place to the influencer marketing on TikTok is very, very effective right now because that's what Chipotle is doing incredibly. Is utilize people that clearly get the platform.
I don't think it's hard to learn.
No.
If you spend 5 minutes looking at the trends on TikTok,
Right.
it's not hard to
Pick
hold
it
up
up.
your phone, press record, and do something super simple with your company. Like,
And that's what they did really well, unlike Snapchat, that they intentionally made it kind of hard to figure out.
Yeah.
TikTok is actually very
Easy.
user-friendly to
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
And it's easy to literally see a trend and
Yeah.
then just create your own video based
and that's
on
kind of
the
what
trend.
happened with Vine. It kind of fizzled
Yeah.
out. It wasn't as easy.
Yeah.
To use.
Yeah.
And I think they do it on purpose because they're trying to like weed out the people that
Right.
they don't really want adults in and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But it's easy to hop on trends and see things that
Right.
are working and just create it.
Yeah.
Because it shows like there's what's huge in that platform is someone will use like a music track or like a sound effect track and make a video about it. And then you can look on that sound effect track and look at all the videos created on it. But you can also create a video.
Yeah.
You don't even have to be creative.
Yeah.
You literally just do what people are doing that works.
Yeah.
And do it yourself with your own people. And you're already like
Yeah.
a part of the
Like
trending.
our Make This Sound with Michaela. We're so
we
great
did-
at it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
So well.
phenomenal
And a lot
first
of people
time.
watched it.
Yeah, that's the thing is like that's what's super unique.
Yeah.
Unlike these other platforms that
Yeah.
you couldn't really hop on
Yeah.
the train per se with
Yeah.
because the organic reach is so good.
Yeah.
It actually allows you to like do these dumb things and get eyeballs.
That's
You could
yeah, it's crazy.
You could post a picture tomorrow with the most trending hashtag ever on Instagram. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean you do well with it because there's so many people on it. With TikTok, you can.
right.
Which is nuts.
Yeah, for
but it's not
sure.
going to last forever. And we're not going to go into like how to use it, but when you're in TikTok, there's a whole page in the Discover that are trending hashtags, and using them in a platform that has really good organic reach, people will see your stuff.
Absolutely.
And if you will let your people try it and not look at one post and say, okay, yeah, it just didn't do what we wanted. Because I guarantee you'll get more eyeballs on anything you post right now on TikTok than any other
anywhere
social
else.
media at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to talk about a good way, if you're a person that complains about spending money on social media, TikTok will get you free eyeballs right now for
Yeah.
a limited time
Right.
until
On to the
everyone
next.
starts to
Yep.
hop onto that one as well, just like it is now.
Yep. And then you'll have to pay for the eyeballs that are free currently.
And then the people will complain about that too. TikTok is too much money for their advertising. 3 years, 4 years from now.
Right.
And they're like, well,
should have gotten on it.
free. Like it's,
Move on.
Yeah.
it's just, I think it's just important for companies to just pay attention to what's happening and
Okay.
not be scared of it. Mm-hmm. Sorry if Instagram was your favorite or Facebook was your favorite. They all still have people, but always be trying to pay attention what's coming.
Do you think it should be especially for people that have a younger demographic? Like that's who you're going for? Or again, should this be everyone?
I mean, no doubt about it. If that's your target audience, then
You should be
then
in
you're
this for
sure.
then you're really in it, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
For people that aren't, I think it depends on your industry whether or not. I mean, everyone gets older, everyone ages.
Facebook started out with just teens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
College.
look at it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
unless you're planning on being in business for a short amount of time,
Right,
if
right.
you're planning on being in, like, you could use a car manufacturing company or a car insurance company, for example, and they say to themselves, "Well, I don't really need 12-year-olds,"
Yeah. Eventually.
but they turn 16
Yeah.
and they get older.
Yeah.
And if you're planning on actually staying in business,
Yeah.
you're going to do way better
Yeah.
when they eventually realize that there's a thing called insurance that's
Yeah.
needed, and they
Yeah.
remember this weird company that's
Yeah.
been doing these funny things for years.
They've been trending.
Yeah.
What's so big about
Yeah.
that?
Right, and that's where I think people need to think about it.
Okay.
Is just if you're planning on being in business for a year and then you want to sell your company and move on, then I
Maybe
guess
not.
don't pay attention. Maybe.
Yeah.
But-
But how many people think that way?
Unfortunately, probably a lot of people. But yeah,
Really?
exactly. I don't know. But
What?
exactly, most people are
Yeah.
planning on an extended
Right.
life of their company.
Right,
And
right.
so if you are in a demographic that is, because you got to keep in mind any demographic that's what most of the people are. But in a huge like Instagram with 2 billion users or 3 billion
Right,
users, the target demographic of 18 to 30 or 18 to 26, well, even if it was 70% of the users are that, 30% of 2 billion people is still a lot of people.
Yeah, for
Meaning
sure.
just because, and just like this, as this starts
Yeah.
to get popular, people look at it.
Yes. Yeah.
And so there's a lot of older people that
Yeah.
are
We're
probably
looking
on
at it.
TikTok trying to figure out, we're not the
Yeah.
target at all.
Yeah.
But I think
yeah.
it's a super fun platform. And I'm 34.
Yeah.
Like, I'm double what they say is their
Right.
target. And
But
I think
now-
that's terrible. I feel super old there now.
Our parents, though, now like are getting on Instagram more and more. Like it's becoming their go-to thing. I feel like anytime the parental units,
Oh, yeah.
like are on,
People are out of their so
oh yeah,
fast.
people are out
Facebook,
so
there's no
fast.
people on.
I remember when my grandfather friended me on Facebook, and I was like, I'm out of
And
here.
I'm out on Instagram.
Peace. Like,
Well, it's funny. Facebook I think just today unveiled like their new rebrand, which is all caps on the word Facebook, which people were cracking up because like they're finally like really starting to actually cater to the audience that they know they now are, which is
So
smart.
they can
Like
reach.
Yeah.
good for them. Like
Yeah.
they're doing Instagram too.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm sure they're trying to figure out ways that
Right.
they can purchase TikTok too, because like, but it's everything has its demographics.
Yeah.
Facebook was only available for college kids.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
That's
or
when I-
15 years ago. Whatever.
I had
it
to
was.
wait for it. Like
Yeah.
wait until I got my, bloomu.edu.
Yeah, I had to wait until they announced that you could not because I was going
Right.
to go to college.
Right.
And so, but then now look at it. Now it's the old person platform, and it was only how many years?
still a
12 years,
platform,
13
though.
years of it being
Yeah.
like it didn't take that long for it to change its age in a big way.
Mm-hmm.
So in a matter of 5 years, what has Instagram changed from to what it is now?
Mm-hmm.
Night and day. So these platforms will do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But especially if you're in that target demographic,
Right.
this is a great place to at least experiment with
Mm-hmm.
because there's just uniqueness on this platform and a whole lot of eyeballs for them to be where they're at.
Well, I think we got a lot of good nuggets there. Pay attention. I think it was a great tip to just go on the App Store every once in a while, check and see what's in the top 10, and just take notice of things. Be aware of what's going on. Thinking about the Instagram, and changing that a little bit and how that's going to affect your business. Any other like major takeaways?
I think the biggest takeaway should just be that, like we said from the beginning, everything changes.
Everything
And it's
changes.
always going to change. So just keep experimenting.
Yeah.
Keep seeing what's happening. Keep jumping on trends and just be okay
Yeah.
knowing that what worked now
Yeah.
is not going to work 3
Yeah.
years from now.
Gotta listen
Yeah.
to the people. Listen
Yeah.
to the customer.
Yeah.
Where are they
Progression.
at? Yeah.
Yes.
Like things are always progressing. And if you stay anywhere for too long, you're going to get
Yep.
stuck.
Yep.
So just keep on moving.
Just
Makes-
so you know, Cardi B is banning Instagram the minute they take away those likes from her.
See,
So
there you go.
I don't know if that affects you.
She's Cardi B. But there'll be
It definitely
people, there'll be Instagram influencers who
Yeah.
do the exact same thing because they're going to hope that it makes Instagram change their mind.
What does that tell you about them? They're not willing to change. They're not willing to move
They're not
on.
either.
Like,
But what
Right.
it also
Yeah.
tells you is that they're only leaving there because they have somewhere else that they're gonna make a post on Instagram saying I'm going here.
Yeah. TikTok.
And their millions and millions of users are going to go there or already be there.
Yeah.
So like they're not quitting. They're not quitting
Yeah.
Instagram. They may be quitting Instagram. They're not quitting social media. They're just finding what else is working.
Yep.
And that's how businesses should feel too.
Yeah.
When they see a change, they should be like, sweet, we're totally fine with this right now because we've
Yeah.
been building our TikTok for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And now it's here and it's
Yep.
working.
Yep.
We're so far ahead of the curve. Mm-hmm. Like,
So important.
It's a huge, you get leverage when you actually become the first people to do it. So,
I should probably
yeah.
create.
Follow you since you have no followers.
one.
currently on it. You have one follower.
I've-
I think
you.
it's me though, isn't
It's-
it?
Oh,
Anyway, yes, you got it. Hashtag winning.
Well, as always, the best conversations happen after the podcast. So we would love to hear from you. And hey, hop on TikTok. Follow me so I have more than one follower. What's your name on it? Is
I
it
think
just,
it's just Scott McKenna, probably.
Scott McKenna?
Scott McKenna. Or
What's
Scott
yours?
W. McKenna?
I just created it today. A Bolton 721.
Yes.
Because that was the only thing that wasn't taken.
Oh, okay. I'm Michaela Parlett.
And the great thing about it is TikTok doesn't make you even create an account to look.
Right.
So
Yeah.
just literally
right.
go on and watch.
Up until today, that's how I watched it. And I decided I want to do it. So
Exactly.
me.
And it's just fun. It's just fun. I think it's an entertaining platform.
It is very
And I like being entertained. So do people. That's why
Yeah.
they go there. And just see what people are doing. Follow some people that are doing
Yeah.
some pretty cool things. And at first you'll be like, this is dumb. This is really dumb. Stupid. This is actually quite interesting. Have you seen this video?
And then an hour later,
That's literally how they
Yeah.
What the heck is this? What
Yeah,
is
this is
What is
so
this? Suddenly,
dumb.
Did you see this video the other day? Oh, that's
Scott comes up to my desk.
how it
Hey,
works.
look at this. Look what I found.
yeah.
And we sit there for
That's what happens.
That is what happens.
That's why the platform is doing well.
That's
'cause people are
totally what
finding it.
happens.
So yeah.
Go. I'm going to make my first TikTok
All right.
post right now. So
Sweet.
we will see you later.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.